Hi, hello friends. Welcome back to Ncn Narrative. Today we are discussing the fourth book in the Lord series. Today we are discussing Sabotage. And listen, this is going to be a very, very short video because what the hell was even that? What the fuck did I read? Listen, I'm already coming in on 10, so let me take a step back. Sabotage is about Colton and Raylee. They are step siblings that literally just spend the entire book fucking. There's no society work. There's really no side plot. There's literally nothing. The main plot that we have is kind of like the ritual in a way where ex-boyfriend gets mad that she's with the new guy and then kidnaps her, and yeah, that's the whole story. This book is super short. It is actually the shortest book in the entire series. If you're going off of audiobook time, for example, all of the other books are between 17 and 24 hours. This book is 7 hours. So for me, at 2 times speed, it was a 4-hour book, and I basically regret the entire 4 hours. With that being said, let's get into it. Hello, I am Elvish. I hope you are doing very well. Yeah, so Sabotage. Sabotage. Where do I even begin? This book was not well done at all. And before you come at me, if you've never seen any of my other videos, you wouldn't know, like, the Lord series has been fantastic so far. I have loved just about every book in the series. This one was not it. It kind of felt as if the author was getting incredibly bored, and it kind of felt like she just really didn't have any ideas left in store. I've noticed now that we're getting into I'm about to start reading the 5th book in the series. It's very repetitive. It's basically the same thing over and over again, just with different character names, and it's kind of getting dry. But with that also being said, obviously this is a taboo dark romance. It's not going to be for everyone. It does have a relationship between 2 step siblings, stepbrother, stepsister, which again isn't for everyone. Not personally my cup of tea, but I will read about it. It doesn't bother me. However, it wasn't done well. Me personally, I did like Credence by Penelope Douglas. I did think that was done well. This one just kind of fell flat. There was definitely no chemistry in this book whatsoever between the 2 main characters, which is very unusual because you get to the last 2 chapters of the book, right? The last 2 chapters of the book become a horrific drinking game. They literally, and I mean quite literally, say the word love every other sentence. Literally. And they talk about how they magically discovered that they loved one another, that they don't know why they didn't notice it sooner. I love, 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 love. And I'm just like, where? Where is said chemistry? Where is the love? I understand these books are dark romance. I get that. And I understand that there is going to be a lot of smexiness in it. And I get that. And like, for example, The Sacrifice did it very fucking well and everything, but I think the later in the series we kind of steer away from the fact that they are a secret society and that they are practically a hitman cult, and we stop seeing that and we stop losing sight of that because now it just turns into how raunchy can our spice be. But then in the same breath, the raunchiness isn't actually good. It's just vulgar at this point. I feel like the author is basically at the point where how many nasty words can I put in one sentence before my reader cringes? But then that's the thing though. Like I said, if it's done well, it is perfect. If it's not, whatever. The prologue in this book though, I did the audiobook, obviously. The prologue in this book was almost 25 minutes long, I think, and it didn't even ask me how my morning was. It just immediately, everything was being stuffed, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? But like I said, it wasn't done well. I was just like, okay. And it was so repetitive. I just couldn't. I couldn't. And on a second note of that too, in this book, Colton uses the pet name Princess every 2 seconds. And don't get me wrong, you know, that's kind of hot. I can kind of get behind that, maybe. It's kind of weird, but I can kind of get behind that, sure. But it wasn't, there was only one time in the book where it was actually done right, and it made me like push my hair behind my ears, like, okay. But then other than that, I was just like, bro, this is so fucking cringe. Like, do you guys know that meme where it's like, oh, princess, where are you? That's literally the entire fucking vibe that I got this entire book. The entire vibe. And it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't even a cute, man, he's calling her princess. It's like, it was like so cringe. Like, say my name, princess. And I'm just like, ugh. No. Absolutely not. And like, I understand this book probably was supposed to be like empowering, hoorah, whatever. But I mean, I understand this one. Okay, I will actually kind of go back on what I said earlier. People are going to argue the fact that they technically don't work for the Lords. Apparently. I don't know. But they do go to Barrington. They are blah, 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 blah. They do work alongside them, but they're not Lords themselves. So of course we won't see any of the society, but I would have still liked to see like a finger get chopped off or something, rather than just, never mind, I can't say that on YouTube. But anyway, you know what I mean. It was so cringe, and I should have DNF'd it. I should have. It wasn't worth my time. I know it was only 4 hours long, but it was not worth my time. This book was garbage. It's now kind of to the point where I have 2 books left in the series, and I'm very scared on how those 2 books are going to go. But the next book is my most anticipated book of the series, so I'm hoping it is Phantismo and Perfection. But yeah, I'm sorry. I have nothing good to tell you about this. I personally rated this book, I don't know why. I rated it a 2-star. I don't know why. To be real with you, it should be a 1-star. To be real with you, it should be a 1-star. But I rated it a 2-star just because I feel like, I don't know. There was only one decent scene. I will give it the benefit of the doubt. There was one decent scene. You know, the main character, Raylee, she's very adventurous. She's very dark when it comes to stuff that she likes. But her ex was very vanilla-esque and didn't really like to add anything on or switch it up. And that's fine. But there was a point where he decides to be a little aggressive towards her, and he is forced to sit down and basically watch a train happen. And that scene was magical. I think it was an entire chapter and a half, though. That chapter and a half, I think, is what made me give this a 2-star rating rather than just a 1. So if you are reading it, if you have not gotten to that point yet and you're like, man, I just want a DNF, get to that chapter, read it, and then after that, yeah, give it up. Nothing else happens after that. But it was funny. It was definitely karma. It was good justice. I really loved that chapter so much, and that chapter is going to sit with me for a long time. It was pretty good. Other than that, though, this book, not memorable. Next. Like, I don't even want it on my shelf at this point. Like, I don't like giving bad reviews, but come on, what the hell was even this book, man? But yeah, That's all I have for you. It's super short, but next week we are coming back with, damn, I'm just dropping everything. Next week we are coming back with Carnage. I am so excited for Carnage. Like, you have no idea how excited I am. So stay tuned for that. And if you love this book, let me know in the comments. If you hated this book, let's talk shit about it equally, because yeah, what was this? What did I even read? Why did I spend 4 hours reading nonsense? But yes, until next time, I hope you'll have a very lovely day. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.